Game 7 at home. All right, got your back, man. All right, as for today's game, right, the first thing we wanted to figure out was just to confirm what we had heard earlier in the day, that Anthony Davis was going to be available. So Frank Vogel took us through that process about which AD was on the floor in Houston and then got on the floor again this morning to make sure that he was good to go. Here's the head coach.
You know, I think the point, but for me and his communication with me when he worked out, not yesterday, on the game day 2 days ago in Houston, felt really good. And he said, I think I'm ready to be back as long as it still feels good over the next 48 hours. I'm hopeful to try to play on Monday. And then he went over and worked again this morning, continued feeling well enough to play. Avery, probably. Dwight. Dwight at the big position, is an irritant with his physicality. And then Avery at the guard position, but we have a lot of guys that get into you defensively. Danny Green can get into you, KCP, Alex, those guys. And Rondo in his own way, has his tricks to, get inside the opponent's head a little bit and be an irritant. And, so we got a lot of guys like that. Of course. I mean, Marcus Smart's a winner, of everything he brings to the table. Not just his offense like we saw last game, but, everything he does, hustle plays and the physicality. I'm a big fan.
I think Frank was inferring in part to Marcus Smart hit 11 threes last game for the Celtics, who didn't have Kemba Walker, but Kemba is back and available to go, as is Jaylen Brown for this one, so they should be pretty much fully healthy. Now, one other note, Rajon Rondo is available to play. He's had that right ring finger avulsion fracture that's kept him out of the last couple, and we remember what happened last time, guys. He was on this court when he hit that dagger buzzer beater to beat Boston last season.
Right, that is right, Mike.
Yeah, I noticed you remember a lot from Fisher's 2010 year, his year. You got any memories from my year, like at 85? No?
Man, big game. I've seen the videos. You were 3
years old.
You were awesome.
3 years old.
Look,
you were 3 years old. You got some memory.
Look, I grew up in Minnesota, okay? I was watching Jordan at that stage. I had to watch the Showtime Lakers back in the day. But when I want to know about Showtime, I go and talk to Stu Lance and Michael Thompson, John Ireland, and Billy Mack. And they got me covered there. But you're right, big game. That's my bad. I'm going to prepare something for you next time we're in the arena where you dominated.
No, I was just teasing because I knew you were only 3 years old at the time. That's
you had to look it up.
I was born in 81. I was born in 81.
Yeah, he had people looking it up. Trust me, he had people looking it up when you were talking. He knows.
My man.
All right, my bad, big game.
We appreciate it, Mike. Good work right there. That was fantastic. Only 3 years old. What are you going to do? Check out this photo. Outside of the Lakers locker room, welcome back Frank Vogel. He was an assistant coach with the Celtics from 2001 to 2004. And I don't know if he was coaching at that point. He looks really, that's when he was on Letterman. Yeah. Doing the stupid human tricks. That's awesome. Love it. All right. Keep it here. Lakers Celtics tip-off at 4:30 here on Spectrum Sports. And Avery Bradley will be on the right side of this rivalry for the first time tonight. 9 games against the Lakers. When he was with Boston, he averaged nearly 11 points per game. But more importantly, he won just 3 of those 9 games. And coming up on Access, last day of All-Star voting, you can still...
It's been an amazing almost 2-month run for Kentavious, all right? Most recently, 20 points the other night against Houston. Hit a bunch of threes. And I thought he was very comfortable around the basket. He finished a couple fast breaks. I was really impressed by what he was doing on plays like that. I mean, they needed him to step up. There was still no AD in that game. He's also drilled a bunch of threes there. You see it, 42% three-point range, career best so far. And here's what I like best about him. Okay, the first 2 games of the season, we're going all the way back several months. He combined for 1 point. Then a couple weeks after that, he played only 4 minutes in a game against Toronto. Maybe the low point of his career. But he found the fortitude to kind of turn it around. He's been playing great lately. Good for him.
Of course, as we know, from the backcourt to the front court, Lakers lead the league in blocks. You know they're so good when we start to break down those blocks. Are we going to get an encore or quite the encore, I guess, or are we going to get a three-peat?
We might get a three-peat tonight. JaVale has been amazing. We'll talk about his blocks the last 2 games. That one on Terrence Ross against Orlando 2 games ago. He had the one-hander. And then this one against Clint Capella, tried to jam it with 2 hands. two equally different attempts. I mean, Terrence Ross, 6'6", kind of came at him with a little bit more vertical. And Clint Capella, he's a legit NBA center, one of the best shot blocker, rebounders in the NBA. Came at him with the two-handed force dunk. Both times, JaVale got that big right hand up in there and knocked it away. After the first one against Terrence Ross, postgame reporters asked him, did you hurt your hand? Because the force of the dunk was just so much. But JaVale prevented that from happening. By the way, averaging 2.4 blocks in this month alone. He's having a great run so far to start 2020.
Big at the rim, of course. When it comes to All-Star voting, what's the latest?
Well, we haven't had returns for a few days, but today is the last day you can vote, 9 p.m. Pacific. The polls close online. And as you might know by now, LeBron leading the entire West. I think he'll hang on to that lead over Luka Doncic as far as total votes and be the captain of the West. AD, of course, number 2. And it gets a little interesting when you look at some of the position breakdowns. We've got Taco Fall from Boston. He is 6th among the front court guys there in the Eastern Conference. He's played 4 games for the Celtics, and he is still 6th in the front court voting. And, of course, our guy Alex Caruso hanging in there at 4th among the West guards in the All-Star voting. He's only 90,000 behind Damian Lillard for 3rd. He might be able to pass him. We'll see if the trend continues. I don't think he's going to be voted as a starter. Doncic and James Harden are just too far ahead of him, but what a great story. And I'm not sure if Taco Fall is going to be with the big club tonight. He's played so much with the Boston G League team, but it'd be fun to see him and Caruso on the court at the same time.
That would be awesome.
That'd be amazing. Two completely different players, but huge fan favorites for sure.
No doubt. Well done, as always.
Almost elbowed Fisher in the neck over here.
By the way, the little left that you got on Greg Kite, though, I like the jab.
Yeah, back then it was, you couldn't close your fist. But as long as you kept it open, you know, it was less of a fine. Yeah.
Hey, listen, I want to go total recall after watching those great moments. Your 2 most memorable moments from playing against the Celtics, because you both played them in the finals more than once. So what are your 2 best memories? Big Game, I'll start with you.
I won't say that they're my 2 best memories. One of them is my best memory. But losing in 1984. You know, that was a valuable lesson. It still hurts today when I think about we were up 1, and all we had to do was, secure the basketball. We would have been going home 2-0, and I threw that errant pass, cross-court pass, and Gerald Henderson stole it and laid it up, and then we went to overtime and they won. Then 85.
So that one hurts for more reasons.
That hurts.
You feel a little more, yeah.
Yeah, that was my 4th championship. But this one was a redemption year. We went in the first game and had that massacre day where they beat us by like 31, and Kareem gathered himself, and he gathered us all, and he led us in that second game. And we knew after that we had him.
Great story watching that. His dad came on the bus.
He did.
Game 2 with you, and Riles
didn't say a word.
Absolutely allowed it. Yeah, just to be there next to his son, who was people basically saying he's too old, he shouldn't play anymore. By the way, he won a couple.
They were throwing him under the bus, man.
Yeah, those are
Kareem
2 great Boston memories. What are your 2 Boston memories, Fish?
Similar to James, I would say the experiences from 2008 and watching the Celtics throw the Gatorade on Doc Rivers while there was still time on the clock.
Yep.
When we left Staples Center, left the Garden that night, we were obviously disappointed, frustrated, hurt. The fans in Boston, as the bus drove off, they were rocking the bus, as we were trying to get back to the hotel. And it just became the fuel, and the motivation for, what we were able to accomplish the next 2 seasons. I don't care who we would have played. We played the Magic in 2009 in the finals. They had no chance.
No chance.
We played the Celtics in 2010, even though we went down, 3-2 in that series. There was no way we were losing after experiencing loss in 08.
Is that your only Game 7 in an NBA final?
Say it again?
Is that your only Game 7 of an NBA final that you were in?
Yes.
Different
only
feeling,
Game 7. Different feeling. The competition level it was so intense. Like being in Staples Center that night. Out of the 5 championships I experienced, the first one was at Staples Center. The last one was at Staples Center.
Yeah.
The 3 in the middle were on the road. And so it's just nothing like winning at home in front of your home fans.
And to do it against the Celtics, that was your first one
against the Celtics. That it's a special feeling.
Yeah.
Watching James and his teams accomplish what they accomplished in the 80s, like that was part of your legacy as a Laker. You had to get that done, and we were able to do it.
Awesome. No teams in North America sports have met in the NBA Finals more times than the Lakers and Celtics. 12 matchups, and even though the Celtics lead 9-3, the Lakers have won the last 3 of 4. Coming up, the Lakers and Celtics renew their rivalry here on Spectrum Sportsnet. New Celtics guard Kemba Walker will play his first game in this rivalry. He may not know much about that, but he knows LeBron all too well. Kemba is an incredible 0 for 28 against LBJ over his career.
Might want to sit out. They have a chance.
Next on Access, Kyle Kuzma's playing his best basketball of the season. How